Welcome back to Mary's Goddess Travels. And I'm Mary, and this is the Goddess Compass, the only astrology travel brand that pairs every zodiac sign with an ancient goddess from 4 world mythological traditions and builds a complete travel planner around her energy. Today we are going deep on Aries and Athena. If you're an Aries woman, or if you love one, this video is going to reframe everything you thought you knew about how you travel. Because Aries has been misread as the impulsive, impatient, acts before she thinks sign for so long that most Aries women have started to believe it. I'm here to tell you that Athena, your goddess, was none of those things. She was the most strategically brilliant mind in the entire Greek pantheon, and you carry her energy in everything you do. By the end of this video, you're going to understand your travel psychology completely. Know exactly where Athena is calling you to go, and have a travel planner waiting for you that was built specifically for the way you move through the world. Let us begin. Let me tell you the full story of Athena, because most people only know the beginning. She was born from the head of Zeus, not his heart, not his hands, the head, the seat of intelligence, strategy, and divine wisdom. And she did not emerge gradually. She burst forth fully armored, helmet, shield, spear, war cry already forming, complete from the first moment, ready before the world knew she was coming. Her mother, Metis, was the goddess of wisdom and cunning, the most intelligent being Zeus had ever encountered. Zeus swallowed Metis while she was pregnant because a prophecy told him that their child would surpass him. And so Athena grew inside the mind of the most powerful god in existence, gestating in pure intelligence, pure strategy, pure divine thought. And when she emerged, she was not just powerful. She was the distillation of everything wisdom could become. She became the goddess of wisdom, but not passive wisdom, active wisdom, the kind of wisdom that knows when to act and how to act and what the consequences of every action will be before the first move is made. She was also the goddess of strategic warfare, not the brutal, chaotic war of Aries, but the calculated war, the war where you win before the battle begins because your strategy was already perfect. She carried 3 symbols that tell you everything you need to know about her. The owl, which sees in complete darkness. Athena's wisdom did not require perfect conditions or full information. She could see the path forward in the dark. She could find the strategy in the shadow. Her owl did not wait for daylight. It watched, it waited, and when the moment came, it moved with absolute precision. The Aegis, her shield, sometimes described as bearing the head of Medusa, so terrifying that the mere sight of it caused enemies to flee. Athena did not always need to fight. Her presence changed the conditions of the battle. She won before the first sword was raised simply by arriving fully. And the olive tree, which she gave to Athens when she competed with Poseidon for the city's patronage. Poseidon struck the earth and produced a spring of salt water. Dramatic, powerful, impressive. But Athena planted an olive tree, unglamorous, patient, but it produced fruit and oil and wood that would sustain the city for centuries. The Athenians chose her, not because her gift was more spectacular, but because it was more strategic, more lasting, more useful. She won the greatest city in the ancient world not by being loud or more powerful than her competition, but by being smarter, by giving the gift that kept giving long after the moment of competition had passed. That is Athena, and that is her energy every Aries woman was born carrying. Now let me connect Athena's story to the way you actually travel, because Aries travel psychology is one of the most misunderstood in the entire zodiac. And if nobody has mapped it out for you, you've probably spent years feeling slightly apologetic about how you do things. Stop apologizing. Athena never did. Aries makes decisions fast, not because you have not thought it through, but because you process information in at a speed other signs cannot match, and your first instinct is almost always correct. When you book a trip on a Tuesday and leave on a Friday, that's not impulsiveness. That is Athena's efficiency. You saw the opportunity. You assessed it in the time that it takes most people to open a browser tab, and you moved. On the ground, you are the traveler who finds the thing nobody else found, not because you got lucky, but because you were already moving towards it while everyone else was still reading the guidebook description of something 3 blocks away. Your travel strengths are significant. You are adaptable in a way that looks effortless because you do not need everything to go according to plan. You just need to be able to move. You find the best local spot because you walk past the tourist trap without slowing down. You cover more ground than anyone else in your travel group without feeling like you rushed. And you come home with the stories that begin with, "I just decided to turn left and found this incredible." What does not work for you is equally important to understand. Rigid group itineraries that leave no room for the thing you want to see and do right now. Traveling with people who cannot make a decision, which for Aries is painful. Long lines with no alternative, overpacked schedules where every hour is accounted for, and Athena's greatest gift, the ability to move towards what calls you in the moment, has been scheduled out of existence. The Aries travel planner was built around both your strengths and your stress triggers. Because knowing what works for you is powerful. Knowing what drains you is equally powerful. And building your trips around both is what turns a good trip into the kind of trip that changes you. Athena calls Aries women to specific places, places with history, with energy, with something worth arriving fully for. Here are the 5 destinations your goddess has been calling you to. Athens, Greece, first and always. This is Athena's city, the city that chose her above Poseidon himself. The Acropolis, the Pantheon, the ancient agora. 2,000 years of civilization compressed into a landscape that announces its greatness the moment you see it on the horizon. Aries standing in Athens is Aries standing in her goddess's home. You will feel it the moment you arrive. Something will click that you did not know was unclicked. Rome, Italy, built by conquerors for people who move with purpose. Rome rewards the traveler who decides fast and moves immediately. The Colosseum at sunrise before the crowds, the Forum at the golden hour, the small trattoria down the alley that has no English menu, and the best pasta you've ever eaten. Aries finds all these things because she was already moving while everyone else was still making a list. Tokyo, Japan, the city that matches Aries energy completely. Fast, precise, endlessly stimulation. Every neighborhood, a completely different world. Every meal, an experience that demands full presence. Aries is never bored in Tokyo because Tokyo never lets you be. Athena's owl would have loved it here. So much to watch, so much to learn, always something extraordinary in the next moment. Marrakesh, Morocco. It's ancient, it's layered alive with color and movement. The Medina requires decisiveness at every turn. The woman who hesitates, she misses everything. But the Aries woman, she is the one who's on the move. She'll find the hidden courtyard, the perfect spice market. And she'll also find the artisan who's been doing the same work by hand for 40 years. And that artisan is honored that you stopped to notice her. New York City, because Aries needs at least one city on her sacred list that refuses to slow down for anyone. New York does not make accommodations for hesitation. It rewards decisiveness and the absolute certainty that you belong here. Athena would have owned New York in 48 hours. So would you. Everything I just told you, Athena's complete story, your full Aries travel psychology, your stress triggers, and how to protect your momentum on trips, your packing philosophy, your sacred destinations, how you plan, how you move, what you need to come home feeling like the trip actually worked. It is all inside the Aries Athena Goddess Travel Planner from the Goddess Compass. Let me show you what is inside. This is the Aries Athena Travel Planner. Instant digital download. You'll have it within minutes of purchase. Print it and use it as a physical planner. Use it digitally on your tablet, whichever way works best for you. Inside, you have your complete Aries travel psychology section, your strengths, your stress triggers, your planning style, and how to build every trip around the way you actually move rather than trying to travel like someone you are not. Your sacred destinations. All 5 destinations with specific guidance on what to do there, where Athena's energy is most present and what Aries needs to get the most from each place. Your packing guide, built specifically for how Aries packs, not a generic checklist, a philosophy. And your complete trip planning pages, designed for the way you actually plan. Fast decisions, flexible structure, room to move towards what calls you. This is not a generic travel planner with a ram on the cover. This was built for you, for the way Athena built everything, with strategy, with precision, with the understanding that the right tool changes everything. If you're an Aries woman who's ready to stop traveling like everyone else and start traveling like the fully armored goddess you actually are, your planner is waiting. Find it at the Goddess Compass on Etsy or at mygoddess.com. Both links are in the description below and pinned in the comments. If this video gave you something, subscribe because I post new goddess content every week, and every sign gets their own complete goddess video. Every goddess gets her full story told. You do not want to miss yours. And if you know an Aries woman who has spent her whole life being told to slow down, send her this video. Athena did not ride gradually, neither did she. I am Mary, and this is the Goddess Compass. And remember, travel like the strong goddess you are.